Hi everyone. We're currently in South Dakota, and we wanted to tell you about the last couple of weeks and what we've been up to. Um, our first day of this new lifestyle turned out to be pretty challenging. We began the day in pouring rain and hooking up in pouring rain, and then um, for some inexplicable reason, the hitch jammed when I was backing in, and the arm was jammed in the open position. And that is not a safe way to travel.
It was difficult. It took an hour and a half, and thankfully, the people who were waiting for our spot were so understanding and patient and helpful. They were very experienced with fifth wheels. And eventually, she made a call to a friend who was able to give us a little advice on how to kind of get that thing unstuck, which involved driving a little bit forward and backward while one person tried to undo the hitch.
So we finally got it unhitched, and that was fine. And then I noticed that the left front tire was low on air pressure. So lo and behold, there's a screw in the tire. So certainly couldn't travel with that. So we ended up calling for a mobile tire service. While we're waiting, I realized that one of the key fobs is missing. Basically had to go through every single compartment, pull out all the equipment. Finally, after several compartments, the keys just kind of like fell out of a bag. I guess I had stuffed into the back compartment. It was a chair bag, and just fell out onto the pavement. So pretty happy to have found those keys actually. So by the time the tire was repaired on site, and by the time we got on the road, we were like 5 hours behind schedule.
Yeah.
And,
We were supposed to leave at noon. We ended up leaving at 5 p.m.
right.
And one of the rules of camping, especially with a big rig, is you never want to set up in the dark. So we figured we had about a 5 hour drive, so we knew that we were going to be setting up in the dark. Not a great day. Pouring rain the whole time.
Yeah. The roads are slick. My first time pulling any distance, long distance, the fifth wheel. We'd done shorter distances, but not long distances in the rain. But thankfully, the rig towed very, very well. I was very pleased. Matching this truck to this trailer was perfect.
And the other thing we were concerned about was crossing the border. I don't know about you, but crossing the U.S. border always makes me nervous for some reason. Now this time,
Guilty conscience.
this time we had to fill out a declaration that our dog Henry didn't have rabies, that he had his rabies shots, he was up to date, and that kind of thing. So we did have the declaration, and it was a big thing. It was in the news. I don't know if anyone here has followed that. So we came to the border. We had the window down so Henry could have his head out. They could see him. And they never asked us once about it. They just asked why were we traveling through the States? Where were we headed? That kind of thing.
Tried to trip us up on the license plate of the truck and this sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure why he
minor.
asked that, but he seemed like a pleasant fellow.
Seemed nice enough. And then he handed back our passports and said, okay, have a good trip. And that was it. So that was really nice. The one nice thing in the day. And then when we arrived at our campsite at 10:30, it had been raining there. It was dark. There wasn't a lot of room to maneuver the rig. It was a back-in site, and there were a lot of other trailers and RVs that were close. And Kevin tried to pull up as far as he could to back in, but we just weren't going to make the turn.
And the truck was bogging down.
It was bogging down, yeah. The tire was getting stuck and spinning, but we have a good truck that, was able to pull us out.
Yeah, put it in four-wheel drive.
So I said, do you think maybe we should just cut our losses and go to Walmart? And Kevin said, sure, why don't we do that? So we headed back on the highway towards Walmart. But on the way, we saw a Cracker Barrel. And Kevin said, why don't we go there? I'd rather go there. We can have breakfast there the next day.
Well, it was a nice big open parking lot with very few vehicles. And we could maneuver around nicely there. It just had a better feel. And sure enough, we had a great night's sleep there.
Yeah, then we had a nice breakfast the next day, and then we headed out to our next campsite, which was in Chautauqua.
Chautauqua.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
So Chautauqua had a KOA, which was just beautiful. It had a huge park. Our boys, James, Aaron, you guys would have loved this when you were little. It had a big enclosed dog park as well. It was like a little town. It was so nice, very well kept, very friendly people, and yeah, we felt bad we were only staying the one night, but maybe at some point we'll go back. Then where did we go?
From Chautauqua, we went to
Leafy Oaks.
Leafy Oaks.
Yeah, that's in Clyde, Ohio, and
that was a nice campsite, actually, Leafy Oaks. The only thing we didn't like about it was that the site that they put us on wasn't really level. So we decided to, I figured if we put it almost like at a 45-degree angle to the slope, that the three legs on one side would be a little bit higher, and that would work. And as it turned out, it worked well. And that was a great site for the dog, because there were hardly any other campers around us. We were able to let Henry go free, and it was right beside
big field,
a huge field, farm field that had not been planted with any crops. It was just all grassland, so he had a great time running through there.
Yeah,
and he's pretty happy.
Yeah, that was a nice place, not busy at all. And so the next day we headed to Michigan City Campground, which was about an hour from Chicago. We had booked three nights. We had booked 3 nights there so that we could go into Chicago for a couple of days, explore that. So the next day after we arrived, we put Henry in a kennel. Didn't like doing that, but it was the only way. We couldn't bring him into Chicago. He'd be too stressed, I think. So Kevin and I headed off to Chicago for the day. We went up in the Willis Tower, which was so beautiful up there. It's 103 stories up. You get a great view of Chicago. They have 5 or 6 of these. They're called the Ledge, and it's like an enclosed glass sort of little room, I guess, that juts out about 5 feet?
Yeah, about 4 or 5 feet.
4 or 5 feet, and everything's glass,
floor.
including the floor. So you can walk into these little ledges, and they let you spend 90 seconds there. They take pictures if you want. You can take your own pictures. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, we highly recommend you get the premium pass when you go there, because you don't have to stand in line for anything, either the elevators or
you get through really quickly.
You get through really quickly. You're not going to spend, well, it all depends. You could spend as much time up there as you want, but once you've seen the scenery, you've seen it. So we only spent about half an hour up there, but it was beautiful.
Really nice. And
views of Lake Michigan are
breathtaking.
Yeah,
beautiful. When we left there, we had planned to buy e-bikes in Chicago. So we started to look. We did have a couple of places lined up, but when we called, it turned out that they did not have the e-bike that Kevin really wanted, even though the website said they did. So we kept looking online, and we found a place in Geneva, Illinois, that was really nice. It's family owned. They were great service. And Kevin got the bike he wanted, the mock wheel.
Basalt. Right.
And I got an Aventon, which is a great little e-bike. Okay, so Kevin and I just bought a couple of e-bikes.
Yeah, we're at Mill Race in Geneva, Illinois.
Yeah, show you
They've
here.
Been fantastic. This is our sales guy, Matthew.
Matthew's been awesome.
Yeah.
These guys have been great, putting on water bottles, seats, stems, whatever else they did. So there you go.
Hey, Bruce. Bruce is the owner of Mill Race Cyclery here in Geneva, Illinois. And Bruce was kind enough to sell us these beautiful bikes right here. Bruce, how long have you been in business?
Well, 41 years.
Wow. And you survived COVID and everything.
Yeah, COVID was a crazy time, but yeah, we're doing great. Selling e-bikes like crazy.
If you're looking for really good, honest salesmanship, come to Mill Race Cyclery. Ask for Bruce.
So that was fun. We got those. We bought the hitch, loaded them up, and went back to our campsite. Next day, we took the bikes into Chicago. We toured all around, and we did the lakefront. They have bike lanes on most of the streets, and it was great. Kevin and I just biked all the way from a parking lot near the Willis Tower, which is hang on there, the building with the two spikes on top, to the water here, which is absolutely gorgeous. What a great day. You can see sailboats off there. It's beautiful. The bikes are great. Sure, yeah. So this is where we've been biking, right along there and all the way around. We also biked up on top here when we first came in. My bike's the white one, Kevin's is the blue. Hey guys, Kevin and I decided to stop for a drink and nachos or something like that. I don't even know what we ordered, something
Some
like that.
sort of Mexican thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So our view is
If you ever have an opportunity, we highly recommend Chicago. Staying outside of Chicago is a bit of a pain for the toll roads, I must admit. We stayed at a site south of Chicago in Michigan City, and we had to keep 3 tolls, 3 to 4 tolls, I believe,
so many tools.
to get downtown and then to get back again. Now, the tolls weren't too expensive, but it is an inconvenience because you have to get off the highway, go through the toll, get back on the highway. And Chicago seems to be a hub for transportation. I don't think I've ever seen, 3 lanes of any highway just crammed with tractor trailers,
Transport trucks. It's just bad.
Yeah,
Very busy.
very busy.
traffic.
And the day that we bought the bikes, we went to Baker's Pizza downtown, just across kitty corner to Union Station, which is another remarkable building for its architecture, just stunning. And we had deep dish pizza at Baker's. Now, the downside to that takes 45 minutes to an hour for each pizza, but it's well worth the wait.
Oh, it's worth it.
So
Right here. So we're at Baker's Pizza in downtown Chicago, and Lynn is just having her first taste of Chicago deep dish pizza.
Okay, so they give you these little hot peppers. Put a few of those on. And then they give you bags of Parmesan. Okay,
And this thing is piping hot. You can see the steam coming off it. It's
hot. There we go.
impressive, actually.
It's made fresh. We had to wait 45 minutes for this. Mm. I had to read it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. We're right across the street, well, kitty corner to the Union Station in downtown Chicago. We just came back from the Willis Tower. This is pretty impressive city, actually. I encourage anybody who wants to visit Chicago. You won't be disappointed.
Great city.
great walkable city, and it looks like there's no problem with crime. It's very clean, surprisingly clean for the Florida city as well. Lots of traffic though.
You filming me or yourself?
I'm filming you. Right?
Great pizza.
Because you don't want to be looking at me.
Best pizza I think I've ever had.
Yep, same here. We spent all day Friday, all day Saturday exploring Chicago. And then Sunday we picked Henry up from the kennel. He was extremely excited to see us. Henry! Hi, buddy! I know, right? I know. Wait till you see Dad. I know. It's very exciting. Hello, buddy! Wait till he sees him. Henry, where's Dad? Look! Oh, over there, buddy. Oh, maybe the door's locked, is it?
Oh, it might be. I'm so sorry about that.
Oh. Oh my God. That's too funny.
Oh.
Oh, he's a good boy.